Hi, and welcome to another episode of BNU Noise Makers with me, Peter. And today I'm joined by BNU graduates in BSc Music Technology,
That's the one. George.
George Tolmie.
That's the
How
one.
you doing, George?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good. Tell us a bit about yourself. When did you graduate?
I graduated in 2023, doing BSc in Music Technology, which is now a discontinued course at the university, which is a shame. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's grand.
Absorbed. It's been absorbed into the new audio music production course.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And 2023, so you're a veteran now.
Yeah. I wouldn't go that far to say veteran, but
But you've been freelance.
yeah, somewhat, mostly doing kind of live audio for my local theatre, which is an ATG venue, and been working in my post-hardcore band, Gender Crisis, which we are completely DIY, stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, freelancing as well on the side.
Very good, very good. Does being back to the university bring any special memories for you at the moment?
As soon as I walked in and got up to the top of the stairs in the Gateway building, and I saw it was genuinely it was the water cooler.
Yeah.
For some reason, the water cooler brought back so many memories and stuff. It's just like my first initial memory was all the kind of late nights spent here, kind of recording, mixing, and doing coursework in the library and stuff. That's literally the kind of initial thing that came to my mind.
Yeah, yeah. So what was your student experience like? You weren't living on campus, were you? You were living away?
No, I was at home, so I was very privileged that I only live about half an hour from High Wycombe.
So you're a local student, really?
Yeah, exactly. So I was commuting in on the train every day. So I was very privileged to be able to have that home experience, but also get to come to university and experience all of that as well.
Were you working at the same time as being a student?
Yes, I was actually. I think I got my job at the theatre 2021 because initially I got the job in 2020, but then lockdown kicked in, and then
Yeah, you're one of them.
yeah, I was one of them. So that also massively obviously affected my university experience because we were the first year back after lockdown.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had all the procedures in place with all the masks and stuff. But again, very privileged that it was a very hands-on course. So we actually spent way more time on campus compared to other courses.
Yeah. Tell us a bit about your course then. So, the lecture style and things that you were doing in lectures there.
So music technology, I mean, obviously my first lecture was actually with you doing acoustics and stuff like that, which was incredibly beneficial. Probably the most beneficial module, I would say. Absolutely 100%. It was just a great amalgamation of everything that I was interested in. Ironically, I do a lot of live sound now, which wasn't a module on the course. But it was just a great amalgamation of everything, like sound design to experimental music, which is totally up my street. And just a good mix of production with film and TV, just everything that I was really interested in.
Yeah. What kind of things were you doing in your lectures then? I mean, it's not sitting down in a classroom, is it?
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, lectures, going back to the acoustics module, we messed around with Sonar Works and stuff like that and finding out about reference software, frequency responses of rooms, messing around with the microphone, going around with all the beeps and stuff.
Changing the furniture around.
Yeah, changing the furniture.
It made a difference.
Diffusion, diffraction.
Yeah.
Reflections.
Yeah. Right, we've got to keep them watching. So.
Yeah. So yeah, try and get on to something a bit more exciting. Recording in the live room, massively in this space. I mean, I was here both before and after the Dolby Atmos and the analogue studio rebuild. So to go from, kind of doing a lot more stuff in the box with a control surface in here to then suddenly all the outboard and slamming compressors and learning how to send audio in and out of patch bays and all the good stuff.
Yeah. what about the coursework then? Favourite piece of coursework you did in your degree versus the sort of most difficult or the toughest?
I would have to say I really enjoyed as I said, the experimental music one. It was with Jer, and it was not the first one because there was creative audio.
Yeah, that's
Did
the
you?
second year. No, I did the first year one with you.
Right.
That was one where you got your Tascams out and you went round and found some sounds and tried to manipulate them and
Yeah,
make a soundscape. And what is music once you start taking away all of that,
absolutely.
all of those rules and regulations we have?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that, but I think the one that all stood out to me was we got to make it was Sonic installations.
Oh yeah,
Sonic
yeah,
installations.
yeah.
Sorry,
Is that a third year?
it was a third year
Yeah.
module, yeah, which I made a kind of vegan animal rights art piece with messed around with some video editing, which I never touched before in my life,
Right, yeah.
and then composed a bunch of pieces and soundscapes using different techniques and edited them together and spliced them and overlaid them and stuff like that, which was something as I've never done before, and it took me out of my comfort zone, but
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed it.
That's cool. Yeah. It's the type of course you were doing lends itself to that creativity, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So that's why, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I took it straight up my alley since I read the module listings and everything that was going to be involved.
So congratulations, George, on winning this award.
Thank you.
What award was it? Do you remember?
It was the OMG Postgraduate of the Year Special Mention.
Yeah, UK Music.
UK Music
part of UK
Graduate of the Year Special Mention award.
Yeah.
Which I have to say thank you because you were the one who nominated me.
Well, technically, yes, that's true. Yeah. No, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got a long history with UK music, and we win something every year with them, with our graduates and lecturers and things like that. And we spent a night in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which was great, wasn't it? And,
yeah. Good fun.
Yeah. Really, really good. So, no, congratulations. It's very, very good.
Thank you very much.
Talk to me a little bit about the opportunities at this university then. So, did you ever do anything SU related? I don't think you did you?
Other than playing it, I played it a few times
okay.
with the band for different events. I mean, there was a collaboration between the SU and HMV in High Wycombe.
Okay.
So they did put on some shows showcasing like local bands, local talent and stuff, which Gender Crisis headlined one, which was very, very, very fun. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get too involved. I attended some jam nights and obviously have attended all the events that were there, but I was obviously working externally at the theatre, so a lot of my nights were spent working at the theatre instead of the theatre on like the
you had made your opportunities elsewhere. Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. That's very good. One thing I always say about this university is, Buckinghamshire is, we're a village size university compared to most other universities in the country. And obviously there's advantages and disadvantages to both those sides, isn't there? So can you tell me a little bit about, how many people were in your class?
I had a big crossover with the sound design course. So it was a very, very close-knit course in the end. I think it ended up being about maybe, off the top of my head, maybe less than 10, maybe 6, 7 people.
And do you think that's a positive for you? Or
absolutely. No, I think it was, though there's both benefits and like positives and negatives to both sides. I mean, having more people in a class obviously opens the doors for extra collaboration, more ideas being thrown around, possibly extra learning and stuff. But having the more close-knit, smaller class size meant that everyone got a lot more attention from lecturers and help that they needed from the lecturers for each module to really kind of hit their stride, and mine especially. I mean, just a lot of attention to every student, which was great.
I did my undergrad here, but I did my master's at London College of Music, and for like research methods, like a sort of generic, sort of general thing that everybody does, it was like 200 all lined up in a
Yeah.
lecture theatre, and you just couldn't get a reply from a lecturer. And I think I loved my experience over there, but I appreciated this a lot. You know, I didn't appreciate that every university around the country isn't the same as something as small as this, where if you just email a lecturer, you get a reply.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. I think that was the most beneficial thing, was the fact that you could just reach out so easily, and everyone was so easy to approach and ask questions, and no question was too stupid.
yeah,
Which,
well,
in my experience, no question was too stupid,
yeah.
and I ask a lot of stupid questions.
Tell us a little bit about the facilities then. So you mentioned before that you were pre Dolby Atmos install and the analog studio, and then post.
Yeah.
We've now got a LED wall downstairs,
Which I have yet to see.
yeah, £500,000 and people have been using that recently. So I've always thought that the facilities at the university, we've always been really lucky because you know, something's happened and suddenly we've ended up with a bunch of money that we can spend in these music studios and nobody else gets it.
Yeah.
So so obviously it develops a bit. So what year did it change for you when we installed all this new stuff?
I believe the install happened kind of maybe midway through my second year, or I can't remember now. It was, I think the Dolby Atmos install happened first,
Yeah.
and that was just after the first year, and then that's got reworked in the kind of time between terms.
Yeah.
And then the Analog Studio 2 happened towards the end of my second year, maybe early start of the third year.
That's right. The Dolby Atmos one was first, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because then we had a bunch more of like Dolby Atmos based learning and application in like the modules for the courses, and especially doing my crossover with sound design, doing a lot of sound for film.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a big one, because I mean all films and soundtracks, and you know, mixing 5.1 or now Dolby Atmos, even bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to say, you know, that without hundreds of thousands of pounds of equipment, the degree would still be as good, but it wouldn't, would it?
No, it's exactly that. Is that the only way to learn effectively, and I think it's the case for a lot of people, is a lot of people are hands-on learners, and I definitely found from my experience at university that I became a hands-on learner. I didn't thrive in a kind of solely theoretical based environment, like having to get my hands on something, push a fader, turn a knob, listen to it, see how it sounds, and like that is the most important thing.
I think, I don't know, I can't remember if I did it with you or not, but you're asking a class in the first year, what kind of learning style are you?
Yeah.
And that activist learning style is the one where you've got to fall up the stairs 100 times before you realise one foot in front of the other. That's actually quite a good idea.
Exactly.
We can't read a book about it. We can't, you know, and it doesn't go in. And creatives like yourself, you know, sports, dance, all that kind of stuff, all pretty much the same, aren't they? So unless you get the experience on equipment, it just doesn't go in, does it?
You just got to throw yourself at it. And I think, unfortunately, I feel like whether it's your learning style or not, it's almost like the learning style of the industry is, especially what I found working in live audio and at my theatre, is that it's always the term used as baptism by fire.
Yeah.
You just get thrown into it, and then you just have to deal with kind of what happens, and it's the most effective way to learn, is to just go ahead and do it. Get involved.
I did my first album was that Uriah Heep album, and Mike Paxman was Crow's producer at the time. He was producing and I was engineering, and I did a bit of watching for 2 weeks, and then suddenly I was in, and it was terrifying, and I messed up loads of times, and you know, but by the end of the process I knew how to make a record with Uriah Heep, and I had learnt it all in that time period, and without that experience of trying to get it right, under pressure, you don't get it, do you?
It just feels like a crash course. But it's terrifying. It really is. Like, I mean, my first sound op I remember at the theatre was Tim Peake, the astronaut. Right, he did a talk, and I barely understood like live sound at that point, but they just chucked me behind a desk and was like, there you go, you're the op for tonight. And I just kind of had to deal with it. And again, yeah, like you said, you make mistakes and stuff, but that's where you learn. And I always like to think that the sheer anxiety and dread, obviously it differs from person to person, is memorable. So that's what, when you learn from things, I feel like it's the anxiety and dread that kind of occurs when you make those mistakes that helps you remember. Let me unmute the mic, mute the mic at the right time. Let me unmute it before he walks on stage, because that was,
And that, of course, is why we run the lectures in such a way to try and give you that facility to learn from that.
You gotta make mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. So, obviously, you've done your degree. You've been out in the industry for a couple of years with your band and working at the theatre. What are the sort of things that university have helped you with? Do you think that you're still using in the real world? Or
I think, course aside, like taking the whole literally learning about live audio out of it, the most important thing is just learning to talk to people and to socialize. And
it's a big part of being at university, isn't it?
It's the biggest part. And I mean, I came to university with the mindset of, I'm not going to go on, like, because obviously there's the whole university drinking culture and, partying and all of that stuff. And
that's just with the lecturers.
That's just with the lecturers. That's only the music course. But I went in with the mindset that I wasn't going to get involved in that, and I was going to keep myself to myself. Like, I'm going to university for myself. That's the most important thing, and I'm going to just keep my head down and not worry about, it sounds sad, but like making friends and all of that stuff, because I'm going there to learn. That's what I'm here to do. But then being thrown into, as much as I possibly didn't like them, the collaborative modules and those different situations.
We chuck you in then, don't we, without any
exactly
net.
Yeah,
you just got to get on with it.
Exactly, which is just the industry. It is just the industry. I mean, we deal with, at my theatre, we deal with touring companies all the time, and I've just learned that you've got to grit your teeth and stick out your hand and say hello, and my name is, and I'm helping you out with this today, and just having that kind of very human connection and socializing is so very important. And it opens the door for a lot more learning as well. Sorry, I just wanted to add.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah. It's something I didn't learn early enough. When I did my degree, I did the same as you. I wanted to be, I'm going to concentrate on my degree and I'm going to do it. And then you get into the real world and everyone's working with each other. And
exactly. Then it's like, oh, so teamwork is an actual thing, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why we have so many collaborations, and we've really upped them a lot. We do our sound design students are now working with advertising students on making different types of podcasts and
brilliant
stuff like that. And obviously you've experienced this film and TV lot, working on films or whatever. Stanton Media down the corridor, work down there now that we work with. So important, isn't it, for the courses and for the university and for your learning?
I actually believe that I think Stanton Media came to my theatre to do a bunch of which was crazy. I was just minding my business, and then they came in, recorded a whole promotional video for the theatre, and I starred in it. It's hilarious.
That's cool.
No,
some of our current students probably worked on that.
Oh, that's mad.
It's cool. So advice, that's what I'd like, advice now. So not just for necessarily graduates like yourself, but maybe for people who are applying for a degree in audio or looking at prospective universities. What kind of advice would you give them when they're starting out?
I think it's just, it's so easily said, more said than done, and that is just ask questions and be curious. This is what I realized, is that, like, the difference between university and the music industry and everything outside of the university when you leave, is university was really, really very much a safe space, like a safe space to make the mistakes and to try out different things and expand your mind, and before you get out into the industry and meeting all these different people. So my advice would just boil straight back down to ask questions. Don't be afraid. No question is too stupid. Learn independently, collaborate, I definitely regret not collaborating more.
Mm.
I think I guess with the nature of university and how kind of independent it is, I was very kind of tunnel visioned on being an independent learner when you're working with so many people outside of your own circle in the industry that you've really got to learn teamwork and collaboration early on.
Yeah.
And yeah, social skills is a big one, which it sucks. So socializing sucks, but
Yeah.
it can be so beneficial and great towards the end because I've met so many great people and, you know, friends for life and all of that stuff just through the band and through working at my, you know, in my job at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you recommend the course then that you did? It's now audio and music production, of course. You know, it's a sort of an amalgamation of music production, sound design, and music tech. Basically, most of the stuff you did, apart from the live thing.
Yeah, 100%. I think, well, with my situation of living in Buckinghamshire and this university only being down the road, with this sheer amount of kind of equipment and the facilities here, I wouldn't hesitate. I really wouldn't hesitate with taking any kind of audio course here
Yeah.
because, I mean, the lecturers are great.
Yeah.
The facilities are great. I mean, I wasn't here when the new building was built, kind of across the way, and
Well,
that
the restaurant.
the restaurant and everything like that. And even then, it's just a great place to study, kind of socialize. I think the most important thing is, you know, one of the most important things I think with university and just life as a whole is community and just the ability to go across, you know, the road and there's more spaces for communal things and learning and working with other people. I just think it's the most important thing. But no, I wouldn't hesitate at all with getting an audio-based course here at all.
Excellent, George. Well, thank you very much for your time. Thanks. That's really good. Thanks so much for today. Well done. Yeah.
That's all right. Thank you for having me.
All right.